Greetings and welcome to Yo Soy Jaycee channel. In today's video, we are going to discover some very interesting things within the Tokyo Ghoul games, such as the announcement of the new banner that is going to come in the exclusive recruitment, a section of the game that has also just been unlocked and that is going to push us in the account. And above all, we are going to do some tests with this carnival verse in the story of our dear friend Mata, so that you can see how full Lupes works. And all willing, so you also know if it's worth it or not. Because there were many doubts, but I believe that little by little they are dissipating. And you already know that all this information comes from Huawei's App Gallery, an application store that offers enormous benefits for all those European players who decide to download the game through this store. And we start with the things he offers us. And we have a gift code. Welcome to new players who decide not to play through the App Gallery, along with a 50% off coupon for a Colo 10 purchase and 15% unlimited cashback on all your purchases. In addition, the game is within Huawei's BIT program of accumulated spending in 1 month. If you reach the amount of LOL $500, they will return you a $50 coupon. If you reach low $1,000 in spending within a month, they will refund you $110 and so on. A unique opportunity, so don't miss it. Thank you, Huawei App Gallery, for offering us these wonderful benefits. Let's go to the mess, and we have. I told you. We have ETO as the next banner in both the Asian version and the global version. And I also told you the date, I remember perfectly, January 17 will arrive. These are blindfolded mysteries. Well, here you have the character, don't worry, because I'm going to release a video, short version, long version. And I also think that in English about this character, about whether or not a character deserves your resources, that you'll have to watch that video to know what he does, because I already have it on my account. So, trouble, huh? Wait for that video because you are going to love it, but this is not all. As for the topic of news, we have the scene collection. We are going to have a series of memories, elements that have appeared in the manga, and that those memories, those scenes, are going to give us certain posts, certain snitches for our characters, depending on whether we have accomplished a series of things. Improve the ability of Kisowarima God of Lightning at triple S level. For example, this will give us a defense of more than 20 for all expert researchers in the ACCG. Improve the ability of Rendi Yomo Taciturn Warrior at triple S level. Well, for all the 500 Antiku Life, there are some here that are already unlocked in the Mata account. And will you say why they have 1N or why they have 1? We are going to unlock these memories. These memories at a basic level. And with this new material that is obtained in the 3x3 encounter battle, we are going to be able to improve that section of the game. We are going to be able to reinforce it by obtaining a quite significant buff as we raise it. From what the game offers us, there we go from N to N more. Then we have RR, more SRI. So on the buff, that gives us quite good Ardo. And our dear friends from the tracksuit, how are you doing, huh? You're always on top of the channel. Well, there we would have another of the news and another of the good bonuses that the game is going to offer us in a collection of scenes that is going to begin to have a radical importance also in the audit. Let's see how you're doing. The little whales are already a little more advanced because obviously they are going to have more characters, for example, triple S, or they already have some of the other questions they ask for since it has advanced, and the rest we will have to continue working on. What little ants in getting those scenes from here? Well, let me show you the character. Our A already very close to those of Thirst for Power, already fully filled triple S with the level 14 orb. As for the fragments, but in the basic attributes, already at 150, so that you can see a little what he is offering the character. Let's see that he has a power of 15,600 with everything he has placed. He kills 15,600. If we go to this Kisowarima God of Lightning would have a 158k, the crab that will be out there coming out and the 100 FT, I'd be at 157.8. It is true that Kisowarima would be in D, Look at the enormous power that this Kisowarima would have, and the Centipede and the Ayatos would indeed be in triple S. 157.8, 156.5. Well, a little similar perhaps to something lower, this Ayato Kirishima, sorry. But hey, it would have to see also a little, perhaps with cells, things like that. Well, they would not have inscriptions like this cell. So, well, the truth is that the power is pretty tall. See that cells? Well, here we have an auction purchase exhibition contest with attack, critical rate, drilling rate. Would this cell be perfect for you? Of course. Then this one is a little more defensive for it to hold up, and then we would have this critical rate and attack. If we have to look at some sub-attributes, I would opt for the critic rate so that a good number of critics, and then also, well, everything we can raise from the critical drilling year would be ORP. Without forgetting the issue of defense, have you already seen these links? Well, activate it as soon as possible. We need to look for 6 initiations with the typical traffic light to get all the binding effects, increased attack, reduced damage, and higher hit points. That's the plan. A little bit the Ayate. Unfortunately, within his abilities, there is nothing that makes us see that he is going to increase the critic rate or connect an insured critic. Here he talks to us about attack, about damage reduction, about transforming those layers of momentum into increasing base statistics. But we wouldn't be talking about the critic having it guaranteed at any point. That is why I tell you that a somewhat similar construction would be so important to what would be the blue cup to connect a good number of critics and the damage is felt in older people. From here, what are we going to do? Test the character, especially in the eBay part in PvP. Unfortunately, I don't think it's as useful. It's not going to have a great single target attack or a great area attack. It would simply follow characters if we go to what would be the arena in real time. A standard formation would be a formation with Kisowarima, with the Centipede, with Ayato, and here we would have to occupy the other Ayato if we wanted, but the only time we could direct their attack would be with the Centipede, not with Ayato. And well, this alignment with here called for the PP in real-time tanks and works much better, which for the PP in real time. Also, his ability to reduce the letter or remove attacks would not be as useful if it would work in the infinite challenge. And we are going to go to a boss to these Beam brothers to see what damage we could do with the new Ayato. Series prototypical lineup is with Utaniko, Carnival Ayato, and the 100 FT outside Rangi Jomo. As long as you have it with a star or more, and you could wake up since it is the ultimate that does the most damage. From here, you can cross your fingers for a good tech and a good chance with UTA's cards. You already know that we need 2 UTA cards to start. We are going to do something like this and then cross our fingers so that we get another bigger one. In the next round, we could do. Now, we're just going to be lucky and we could either attack with our Ayato or we could throw attacks from the Centipede so that it chases him with that attack and we continue to put more marks than those of the Centipede. We are going to use our Ayate in this first turn. We haven't gotten any more Centipedes here, but we'll see how much damage Nico could do. Activate this Ayato that does 821k of damage, and you see that its active attack would not be negligible at all. We would be close to 2,000. Therefore, it would surpass the tech of the previous Ayate, even the tech of Blue Kaneki. From here, well, in the second round, we are going to do a little the same. We are going to launch Uta, we are going to launch Nico, we are going to launch Ayato, and now we are going to use a Centipede. We already have several marks that we will put. We are going to obtain the third, the fourth. We are going to attack our 100 FT to check the damage a little. There would be the activation by Nikon of this Ayato doing a large amount of damage. We would reach 2.2 million with its attack. And the 100 FT 4.2 plus the addition that we would be talking about another 800,000 damage. It seems that the truth is that this verse is quite good to remember that we are seeing it in an account, all chitada. You just have to see that aura, but it would be very useful for the bosses. It would be the truth that an extraordinary character as a complement in all these phases that we need to do a lot of damage. There you will see that he is almost chasing now with 1,000 attacks, and his attack, the truth is that he would be messing up. Pretty tough pumps. Do you see that we are going to surpass the mark we had before? About 24.2 million. Quite easy to get a high figure with the new Carnival Ayato, apart from the fact that he would be yawning a lot. Well, without an extraordinary attempt, we would be at those 24.2 million, which would undoubtedly be a quite high figure. Ayer estuvimos probando en el lifto, también en la cuenta de Light, llegando cerca de los 2.000 y 8.000. Luego me mandó una foto de caso 3.000 laro de daño que se le puede sacar al este jefe, al menos en el uso de ese Ayato de Carnival. Así que extraordinario lo que nos puede aporar en la parte del PvP. Es un personaje, además que ya sabéis que esta bug o no bug. There has been an update and there has been no modification. There has also been no news on whether they are going to keep the one-tap option to raise both their active and passive abilities. That's still the same. So let's all take advantage of the fact that this Carnival character has quite high power to raise it with tokens, since maybe in the future they will end up removing that and other Carnival characters once again cost the 2 tokens to raise their abilities, both active and passive. That is why you will see on the servers that there are already many people who have it at SSS, since how can you upload it so easily? Well, they have done it that way. The information I wanted to bring you would reach a little here. Remember, the theme of the scenes has been unlocked. The new banner will be Ito has been unlocked. I am going to bring you all the information about that character, and we have the evidence of this Carnival verse that many people thought was not going to be useful, but you see that he is a true beast. He is wonderful. The damage that can be achieved with the character, both with his active abilities and with his passive abilities. So here, being absorbed in the damage that we can do to this Ayato, combined with the centipede in the bosses, I stay at the end of the game. You know, see you in next channel content. Until next time.